All right, another beer from Wolaver's. This is their Wildflower Wheat Ale. It is their spring seasonal, as a matter of fact. And it's an American Pale Wheat Ale, which is kind of obvious by the name of the beer. Comes into us at 4.25%, so another low ABV brew. As I mentioned, spring seasonal. It's brewed with organic chamomile flowers and a hint of pure organic Vermont honey. So there you have it. This is one of those very green kind of granola kind of beers that you can get. It's a non-GMO project verified. So this is a very healthy beer, I guess, that doesn't have any additives and all that stuff that some people are concerned about. So if you're into that kind of thing, you're into the non-GMO stuff, I guess this is the brewery for you. There is a little bit of a blurb on here, I guess, is Wildflower Wheat is a delicious unfiltered wheat ale brewed with organic chamomile flowers and a hint of pure organic honey. Kind of just what I read earlier. Better beer, better world, blah, blah, blah. Ale brewed with honey and chamomile. So, man, that's like it just mentions it all over the place that it's brewed with chamomile and honey. So we're going to pour it into a Weissenglass. This gets an 83, by the way, on Beer Advocate, which is a very good, not very good, but a good, it is kind of a very good score. I guess the 70s being okay, the 80s being good, 83, maybe the upper 80s would be very good. It gets a 59 on Rate Beer, which again is not that bad, especially for this style, American Pale Wheat Ale. Rate Beer is very, I guess, snotty as far as styles go. Like they don't ever believe that a pale lager would ever be a good beer, so they won't rate them all low for whatever reason. We're going to pour it into a Weissenglass here, as I mentioned, and we see that golden colored pour with a decent sized head on this beer. So that's exactly what we want from a wheat ale. This is, I guess, the American version of a Hefeweizen. So we want it to kind of look like one, and definitely getting a lot of carbonation up here. Getting a nice head, maybe a little over 2 fingers, maybe 2 1/3, 2 1/4 fingers of head, very fluffy, and a nice appearance out of this beer for an American Pale Wheat. So let's get the aroma now of Wolaver's Wildflower Wheat. Now we're going to see if we can detect the flowers of chamomile, and the honey as well. So let's see. Yeah, I'm definitely getting like an interesting honey kind of twinge to the aroma of this beer. Maybe with the hint of honey too. Doesn't smell like a Hefeweizen or a wit beer for that matter. Smells very refreshing. Smells very spring-like as well. Smells like I'm walking into a field of flowers. So I like the aroma of this. Does smell fresh. So let's get the taste now of Wolaver's Wildflower Wheat. Mm. Mm. Man, that is a unique taste. The chamomile, it tastes like chamomile tea right at the tip of the tongue. And like I'm getting a twinge of honey too, and a little bit of an aftertaste, a little bit of a wheat kind of aftertaste to this beer. Mm. There it is again. It is a basket of chamomile. It really hits you. The chamomile is so prevalent in this beer, more than any other beer I've ever had that may have had chamomile. I'm sure I've reviewed a couple that had chamomile. A lot of saisons, I guess. But man, this one really hits you. This is a decent mix of the two. They really make it work. It almost, and this is gonna sound awful, it almost tastes like a bit of one of those Garnier Fructis shampoo thingies. Like it reminds me of like some fruity shampoo is what it kind of tastes like in a way. But it also does well with the tea. So this is going to be a really interesting beer to rate. I've never had anything quite like this. This is completely different than what I thought it was going to be. I didn't think that the chamomile and the honey would really be too prevalent in this beer, or that it was going to kind of just taste like your wheat beer, like your Hefeweizen. But it really is completely different. I like what they did. I don't know if I could have a bunch of these. It seems very healthy. which is good, but do I really care about that in a beer? Personally, I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and give Wolaver's Wildflower Wheat a 7 out of 10. I think the effort was great. They really came out and they did something completely out of left field. Good appearance. Aroma is very honey oriented. I like the fact that they're using the fresh ingredients and stuff like that. I love the fact that they're experimenting with the chamomile and the honey and all that. But as far as a beer that I would drink a lot of, I just don't see anyone pounding a bunch of these. This is just one of those, oh, I'm going to try something a little different kind of beers, and you'll have one, maybe two, but it's just not something that you session, even though it's a low ABV. So good, but just not my cup of tea. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10, mostly for effort. Thanks.